In the last lecture, we saw the histogram and other plots that you can plot in ggplot. Today we are going to discuss something which we call as scaling in R.
Now let's move on to something which we call as a scaling. So what do you use scale for? So as discussed in theory part also, aesthetic mentions what you want to plot on a graph, but it does not mention how do you plot, right? So scaling comes in handy there. Let me plot on graph, say ggplot for the same data set tx housing and AES. For sale, on x-axis I want sales, on y-axis I want volume, and I'm saying I want a geo scatter plot, so I'll say geo point, and I want to color it by month. Fine, I'll say control enter. So I missed to mention it within AES, within my aesthetics. I'll say plot my graph, so you can see my graph here. So you can see all the points have been arranged as per the month. So you can see on the right hand side of the where the legends are available. So the light color is for 12, and as you move for towards 1, it becomes darker. Fine. So for the first month it is a dark, and as you go on to the 12th month it becomes lighter, and similar way the graph has been plotted. But I want to change this. I don't want it into this in this similar manner. Fine. Now I want to mention some name of my continuous scale, and I also want to change the color of my plot. You can do it by scale also. So let me do one thing. I'll name it P4. I'll say P4 plus. So when you are mentioning any scale, so it starts with scale, and when you give underscore, so you can see lot of options for scaling are available here. Now we can use based upon your requirement. So what I'll do is I'll say x scale under x continuous name equals to sales. So you can see the x-axis has been replaced by capital S, and it is sales. Now I also want to change the legends. So what I'll do, I'll say plus, I'll say scale underscore color underscore continuous because my month is a continuous variable. I want to name it, so I'll name it month, and I don't want from this light blue to dark blue type of things. I want from red to green. Can I do that? Yes, you can. I'll say low equals to red and high equals to green. I'll say control enter, and you can say it is now much more interpretable. You can see the differences between the points now. So this is how by using the scale you can change your graph. One more thing I want to do, I don't want the cuts to be 3, 6, 9 and 12. I want the cuts to be at every odd number. So what I'll do is I'll say comma, I'll say breaks equals to C. I'll declare as a vector 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 and 11. I want the cuts to be at these points. Control enter, and you see the cuts at 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. So now it becomes much clearer. The red points are for the month 1, and the green darkest green you can see it is for the month of 12. So this is how you can vary your plots.
So this was all about the scaling, and in the next lecture we are going to see themes and package that comes with the ggplot.